be a long day for me. My name is Kenneth Bird. My company is Crystal Edge Technology Screens. I got a couple of promo demonstrations I was supposed to do yesterday. Well, I have to do them today. And today we are in the dedicated theater room. So I have to, let's see. We should be able to mount these directly to the corner. I'm trying to think how I'm going to put these in. All right, so we got a new screen paint coming out. Well, not screen paint, sorry. It's going to be our product. This is going to be for pre-coated screens. I was going to make it a spray-on application for the customers, but then the customers will have to go out and buy a paint sprayer, and you know, when you really just roll on the rest of the technology we have, it's pretty easy to do. So we're going to be doing the spray job ourselves. This is going to be a new acoustic surface. We have one which is pretty much a kind of a black silver coating. That's a more one if you want higher white levels. And then we're going to have the absolute black, which all the ingredients should drop in around June the 10th. That's going to be going in the dedicated theater room. Because as I said before, the way this frame and everything is structured in here, we got the floors and everything done. I really don't want to go messing anything up, slapping around network grade 773 to prime a screen before we coat it. I just don't want it in here, period. So I do need a super jet black screen to absorb the light that we do need. So that's when the Lord blessed me with the Absolute Black formula, which, like I said, it'll be here June the 10th. We'll have the formula done and my 150-inch screen to put up here. So I already have my frame installed in. This was going to be the stage frame. What I was going to do is build me another screen and slide it inside of the stage frame, but might as well, I'm looking at this, I might as well just staple the material right to the stage frame. And then at the bottom, I can put in a nice little stage at the bottom, display at the bottom. And since the screen's going to be acoustic anyway, I can take my sound bar and mount it right here, right behind the back of here. So boom, perfect. So this is how, I slide my curtains back. You can see this is an actual frame that connects all the way from here, connects all the way down here and here. This is the stage frame. The frame we're gonna build was supposed to slide inside of this, but we got the frame already here. That means that saves me a lot of money. That's like 100, maybe about 120, 150 bucks of lumber I have to bring down here. I need to go in and, oh, we have a bridge right there. We put a bridge in there. Ooh, I forgot I put a bridge in there. Okay, cool. So that means I don't have to plastic wrap the entire floor because we don't want the floor to get messed up. We have to build a frame for 135 inch, which means my frame is going to be much bigger than that, way bigger than that. So that's good. These cars need new brakes. Literally need new brakes. Anyway, so as I said before, we have to build the frame, staple the material to the frame. Then after that, we'll have to put the first coating on, second coating, and then 4 more coatings to stiffen the surface. Then coat it with the technology. Each time that's going to have to dry. Stick that back in here. That's just too much work. When we can take the new Absolute Black and take that, coat that on the surface. It's going to be much darker than this. It's going to be really, really dark. That's why we're designing it. Staple it into the frame. Boom. Done. That's it. Best way to go. So, as you can see, we already have the frame installed in. I had to put an extra lift. I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of dark there. I had to put an extra lift so the curtains could stick out away from the frame. I don't want the curtains to lay against the screen. I need to hang out a little bit. So you have that kind of movie theater effect when your curtains are hanging out. Yeah, so that's time to do it. So my screen will be installed on June the 10th, hopefully sooner than that. But that's the estimated time is June the 10th. So we'll have a super jet black acoustic screen in here for my theater room. And that way I can get rid of the sound bar. I think I got an extension cable for my sound. Sure, I do. Right, cool. Got everything in here. Extension cables. My sound bar has to be expanded. The cord has to be expanded. So since the room is all dark, we can hide the cord right into the corners. You won't even see it. Blend it in. Probably run a paintbrush over top of it with the Titan and blend it all in. Now, as for the light pushing through the back of the screen, as I said before, that's a window back there. We do have the tablecloths that we're using doubled over, but I'm going to actually put blackout curtains behind right there so we can knock out any kind of light. Now, I know our remote controls are working in here because I put a new fire stick in here, so there should be no excuses of not working because we do have new fire sticks in here. There we go. Yeah, put a new fire stick in here. I don't know what went wrong with that other remote control.
After saving with customized car insurance from Liberty Mutual, you customize everything.
Now, for those who don't know what kind of projector I'm using, people ask me what projector you're using here. We're using a 5,000 lumen 1920 by 1200 Christie projector, big boy venue. That's what we're using. I've explained to you before, we've had this conversation before. Gray screens, again, don't pull up in this environment. They don't work. Will not work in this environment. Let's see what's going on here.
Now that you can get anything on Uber Eats, you're probably wondering, can I eat anything I get delivered? Well, here's how to know.
Sound remote controls not in here. It's supposed to be in here. I'll be back. Remotes. Picking up some of our gray screens. I literally forgot to grab scissors while I was down there. Damn it, I gotta put the extension line in. I'll be back. labels to cut out. This is my extension line. I'm gonna run my soundbar into the back. I think I'm going to order me one of the movie chairs so I can have them in here. Now this right here is a 39. Sorry, 38, my fault. 38 Black Widow. The one we're going to bring in here on June the 10th is going to be far more advanced than this one. Much more darker. It's going to put up higher color, better, 10 times better contrast, and white levels are going to be freaking amazing. I said before, we're using 5,000 lumens for our dedicated theater room setup in here at full 1080p. Now we got everything here. That fast went downstairs and carried. Yeah, there's a reason why I shouldn't have pockets. Both remote controls for both systems, which we don't need. Literally carried this one downstairs, but I've lost that one. I have my pocket. That's why I said people spending all this money for these expensive overpriced projectors, spending too much money. $500, that's all I paid for my machine. No calibrating, none of that nonsense. See how clean that image is? There you go. A friend of mine, he was talking about designing, turning his garage into a movie theater. That's what he wants to do. Nice little setup, someplace you can go to, watch his dedicated movies and stuff like that. And he's following me on how I'm putting my whole system together over here. And he asked me what I pay for the projector. I said $500. That's it. The only reason why people spend all that money for those projectors, again, is to make up for what the screen can't do. Color starts washing out on the screen. You start calibrating. You start working in darker environments. You start finding a projector with a much more color capability. Contrast starts failing on the screen. You buy a projector with the higher contrast capabilities. You don't do that with our technology. This is why we don't put gray screens in here. I wouldn't even put a gunmetal in here. I want a straight black screen in here. Because I know what that screen is designed to do. I want a 100% contrast when I'm watching my movies in here. I love the gunmetal, don't get me wrong, but I want a 100% contrast level when I watch movies. Or a game or anything like that. Most people, when they have their theater room set up, they want a silver screen or they have a gray screen here. Silver screens don't see color. Got one right here. This is pure silver. Gray screens don't see color. We got two of them behind us, and even the certifieds don't even see color. I want to do that too real quick. I want to check that out. Come out of here and see what else we have. What was this? How many days ago? 5 days ago? Not bad. 5 days ago. That's pretty nice. I'm gonna go order one of my chairs in here and get the rest of them later. See how bright and sharp that image is? $500 projector, no calibrating. Silver screen. Can't wait to get the absolute black in here. That's a silver screen right there. Grade A silver screen. See why that looks so washed out? Again, I explained to people, even in the dark, you have a 5,000 lumen projector that's making contact with the screen. Your screen is going to wash out. That's why some people choose to go with low lumen projectors. Like you see the Sony Bravos, those projectors will have 900, 1200 lumens, less of a chance of too much light from the projector hitting the screen and washing out even faster, but even though you still can't see color and contrast. First thing I heard people saying, oh, silver screens belong in theaters. Silver screens are outdated. So outdated. Gray screen, right here. Here's your gray screen. The reason why I show off the color patterns and most people will not show off the color patterns because they like to camouflage, even though you can see it, but they like to camouflage everything in the colors and they never put a comparison screen. You always put a comparison screen next to your product so that way the customer can see the advancements of your product over another product or see how equal they all come out. So it's very important to always have a screen up there. If you have a screen on a standalone, which is a screen standing by itself, how do you know how the screen's going to react if there's nothing laying against it to compare it to on how good the screen is? There you go. That's why in a lot of demonstrations I see the same thing over and over and over again. And I can't express this enough, and sorry we got to bring this up, but for those of you saying, well, I get no emails here and there where people say, well, I seen compared, again, it's not our product. If it was our product, orders would have been placed through the website already. So, simple fact that we have no orders that have been placed clearly shows they've never had our product. So guess what? That comparison's down the drain. They can do a comparison. They just have to buy from us directly. That's all they have to do. All right, then, let's move on. All right, so let's go. We have the gray screen. And this is pretty much going to relate to those you're going to be designing your own customized man caves, or you're going to have an environment customized for yourself. You want a screen that actually is going to work. So I like to show the colors off first. Blue screen. Well, let's start off with white first. White screen. Oh, we need to get a white surface in here too. Let me get a white surface in here, and let me get a couple of certifieds in here too, because I do want to do this against some certified screens also too. 38 is going to be discontinued on the 10th because that's when we want to have two versions of the 39. We got one which is a high grade silver coating to it. You can still pick up your contrast levels, but there's an invisible silver embedded into the screen to pull a higher white level. Or you could go with the absolute black, which is what I'm going for this environment because I need it in here. I need a screen that's going to absorb a ton of light. And then on top of that, I need something that's going to produce a 100% contrast level when I'm watching my movies in here. So let me go get these certified and some other stuff. Hey, kitty. You in the window, chilling. What you do? And we install this new screen in. This is gonna be the fastest screen I've ever installed in my life. Frame's already built to the wall. Gotta just take the material, staple like we did this one, staple here, 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 and done. It'll be the fastest installment I'll be doing. All right, so I haven't done any certifies up here yet. We've just been doing gray and silver, so let's get some certifies up here. For those of you that are going to spend $3,000, $4,000, and $5,000 for a projection screen. So you can see also too. Because I always get that. This is why it's important to do demonstrations against certified screens. And as many as you can get your hands on, because you're going to have people going to test your product at the end of the day. They're going to say, what are... Pick one. There we go. Dark Star 9. Boy, compared to how much light we used to have in this room compared now. Now, there. Woo. Big table. Got Daylight's new screen. Now, usually, like I said, when I'm in the room with the elitists, these are people who have really insane projector setups. These are usually the ones that have these screens in their environment. And mind you, my screen in here is probably going to be a little over 135. It's probably going to be a little customized size because we got the curtains there now. But 100-inch of this surface is going to cost you $5,000 to $3,000. I'm going to lean you over because it's dark in this environment right here. There we go. There we go. Put your back up. I want this one in the center. Like I said before, these screens have this narrow reflective cone right here, so we need to have these right up front. There we go. Put this one here. There we go. And let me see what else we want. I think we're good with that. All right. All right. So we got the white levels. I guess we can put another one right. This one, another certified there. I want to put a lighter screen. Usually we see in these theater rooms this matinee silver. We also see a Seymour 80 1.3. BMP Supernova. Yes. That is quite a challenge right there. I'm definitely doing that one. All right, so I'll lean this over so you can see. Now, mind you, if you see people using these screens on ultra short throw projectors, they're not supposed to. You're not supposed to use the Cinema Grade 5D, Cinema Grade 3D. None of those are used for ultra short throw projectors. You have to have certain certified screens for ultra short throws. Mostly it has to say ultra short throw on it in order for you to use it. So, you know, you're not supposed to do that. The ceiling and light rejection, their surface, they got two arrows. They got one going to the top and one going to the bottom. It clearly says when you buy it, top only, which means when you set up that projection screen against your screen, the top part is supposed to be this way, the bottom part is supposed to be that way. Because the way the screen is designed is when light hits it, it actually generates a brighter image, but keep in mind, if you have it the other way around, the screen will become dark and it's unwatchable. And I've seen people in demonstrations putting them upside down to make their screens look good. Keep it up. They're going to file a lawsuit against you for doing that dumb nonsense. At the end of the day, learn to be fair. Oh, no, not him. He doesn't have those. He doesn't have those. He doesn't have those. Ceiling light rejection, he doesn't have that technology. He doesn't have it. I've seen people do it. So I didn't realize. We put them all up there, put the first one up there, and the first one came out real dark. I'm like, wait a minute, there's no way in the world they're selling this for an ultra short throw setup. It's not coming up. And then I realized that it had to be turned around, because if not, the screen becomes dark. So there's a lot of specifications that comes with the surface that these particular certified screens that you have to follow under the guidelines And one of the guidelines when you come with any of the dark start on any of those screens, they cannot be used. Even this screen right here, daylight screen, cannot be used with short throw, ultra short throws. Short throw, yes, ultra short throw. Some of them can't be used with short throw, ultra short throw. I do know the DMP Supernova doesn't work well with ultra short throw or short throw projectors because it comes with too dark. It requires a long throw projector only. All right, let's finish. Can't wait to get the absolute in here. All right, so we got the white, so you can see the white screen right here. I love doing this demonstration. We go to forum sites because the first thing I get from people, they say, oh, you're gonna pull the highest color. No, not really. I'm gonna pull the lowest at that. Because they're picking up too high of a white level. What do we have here? Oh, yes, my surface are white right here. Thank you. Perfect. All right, there we go. Got them all in there. All right. White screen pulling the highest white level. Let's hit that little straight edge. Try to be crazy, man. Like that. There we go. I love it when people say, well, it really doesn't make a difference. I'm going to be in the dark anyway. Yeah, guess what? In the dark, you will see a difference. Trust me. Again, this is why people need to start doing these demonstrations, these comparisons, instead of doing these standalones, so you know exactly what you're getting. All right. Now, just because you pull a high white level doesn't mean your screen's good. It's a bad sign. It's your screen's going to have a really hard time pulling up a white level. And keep in mind, we got a 5,000 lumen 1080p Chrissy standing behind me. Blue screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Let's go pop over to the color blue, see what we get. Boom, told you. Every single time. Let's take our lights out. Doesn't make a difference. Can't pick up and see color. This is why you got to be in there calibrating. Even on the certifies, you got to calibrate your screen because your screen can't pull up because it can't generate too much white light. Certified screens have this issue due to the fact that they have a reflective surface, and the reflective surface designed for the screen can actually maintain a higher white level, even though the screen is darker. Because the white levels are going to drop. Sit down for this one. Yeah. All right. Red screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
There you go. So you have your white screen, you got your surface supposed to be sitting back from this distance from here where we're at with the projector. Should, as a matter of fact, should be a little bit farther back because this is where I'm going to be sitting at. I don't see how people do demonstrations where they have to walk over to the screen to show you the difference. No, you should be able to see the difference from way back here. No problem. Now, like I said, that's the window peeking through, light peeking through the window, but that's going to be fixed. We got a blackout curtain coming in for that one before we put up our acoustic screen. All right, let's come out of here. Let's go pull up. That's right, remote control here. Yeah, we're good. Purple screen.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now, the reason why these tests are very important, or displays are very, very important, because you need to see how your screen is seeing the color purple. How does it see blue? How does it see green? How does it see red? All this plays a part on how your picture quality is going to turn out. Will you be calibrating? And like I said, the same thing I've heard from people, well, I'm going to be in the dark. I'm really not going to see the difference. Yeah, you will see the difference. Your screen literally cannot see color. It doesn't make a difference if you get a 5,000 lumen projector. It really doesn't make a difference if you get a big boy at the end of the day. It doesn't make a difference. You can't see color. Screen can't pick it up. This is why those of you buying screens for the first time or screen paints, you need to ask questions. You go into a video, ask questions. We get questions answered all the time. I love them. That's why we have so many video demonstrations backing everything up, because we get asked a lot of questions. You watch somebody doing screen paint products, ask them to do a comparison on another screen, whether it be gray, whether it be black, whether it be gunmetal. Ask for a comparison. You want to see the difference between the two. This is what they don't want you to do. They don't want you to ask those questions. They want you to accept whatever they show, and that's it. No, it should never be that way. Question us. I tell people, before you buy from me, Go search around the internet, find anybody that's matching our demonstrations. Anybody. All right, let me see. Green screen. Green screen, you know what it means. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom. Okay. Slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
Wallace and Tokyo is back.
So this is a slow color change out pattern. What this is going to do is going to basically change into random colors so that way you can see what you're buying. So keep in mind, the 38, which is going to be discontinued for the new 39 technology, has the capability of taking out certifies. Imagine that. So my customers who own this screen have a screen that's more advanced than a $3,000 projection screen. And this screen right here, the surface right here, is the 150 inch. All right, let's pull that contrast. Starfield screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
So if I'm watching Star Wars on here, and they're showing that black sky, I'm expecting to see a 100% contrast level. I do not want to see shades of gray. Now, like I said, I love the gunmetal technology, but this is why the black screen's coming up here, because I need to see a 100% contrast level. Let's see what they got. This is a new one. I haven't seen this one before. 10 hours of Starfield. What do we got on this one? Oh, I like this one. This one's pretty nice. They come up gray. They can only see dark shades of gray. That's it. Now, like I said, I like the gunmetal. Gunmetal can beat all of these with no problem. But the gunmetal doesn't pull a 100% contrast level, and that's what's required and what I need up here. AK Desired Nature.
Getting that from YouTube.
Yeah, I'll have to get one of my movie chairs. So I'm gonna put my screen in. I know I'm not gonna have the platform for the floor done yet, but I'm getting me a movie chair here. I'm gonna put up this bad boy as I'm working it in. Now, as for the window light, that's the window behind the back of the screen. We're going to have to get a blackout cloth surface, which I just ordered today, to cover that up. So when we install in the screen on the tent, we don't have the light pushing to the back of the screen. But as you can see, certifies, no. None of these screens would work in this setup I have in here. I can't use any of them. Because they can't see 100% contrast, and this is what's going to be required when I watch movies. If I'm watching Batman or Underworld, whatever movies I'm watching, that are going to have dark contrast levels, especially if I'm doing Avatar, my blues are going to have to be at a pop in here, and blues are not going to pop on a surface that can't see contrast. Let's go back here for a minute. That pretty much answers the questions for those of you who said, well, you know, if my lights are out, I'm really not going to be able to see the difference. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You are definitely going to see the difference. Your colors are all washed out. They are. When I go to forum sites and I watch people set their screens up, And I look at their demonstrations. The first thing I say is, your colors are washed out. And they say, no, they look perfectly fine to me. No, they're not. They're washed out. I went and had a professional come in and calibrate. Yep, there you go. Your colors are washed out. You just told me your colors are washed out. You got somebody come in and calibrate that thing, that projector at the end of the day, yeah, your colors are definitely washed out. My projector is nowhere near on the level of some of the projectors I've seen in some demonstrations, and we don't calibrate jack at the end of the day, nothing. Now you see how that screen's black levels are reacting the same way with the lights on, the same way with the lights off. That's how it's supposed to react. If your screen is washing out in a fully lit environment and the only way you can get the image to pull up properly is you have to be in the dark, that's the first sign your colors are definitely washed out. Just because you're in the dark doesn't mean your colors are going to improve. They're going to improve by a little bit, that's true. But it doesn't mean you're going to be able to get that 100% quality level. You're not picking it up. You're not seeing it. Gray screens don't have that capability. Silver screens don't have that capability. White screens don't have that capability. And gunmetal technology does not have that capability versus a black screen. Now I'm hoping with the technology we've been displaying for years on black technology that maybe one day we'll get a certified screen that's actually black. So every time we go to pick one up, they always claim it to be black. We get it over here, we find out it's gunmetal. The minute we lay it against our screen, it turns gray. That's how we know they're not black. But I would love to see one day. Maybe Black Diamond may come up with a black screen. That'd be interesting to see. Till then, if they don't have a black screen over there, they have nothing over there that can touch our stuff because, again, black is more superior. The whole purpose of the gunmetal screen was not to produce a higher white level. The whole purpose of a gunmetal screen was to produce a higher contrast level and better color. How are you going to beat a screen that's 100% black? As for the gray screen paint products, I've explained the history on that before already. Simple and plain. They were just designed to have a better screen than a white screen. And the reason why they put the gray into it or put the black into it to make them darker was so they can pick up better contrast because the screen would be a little darker than a white screen and they would pick up better color. They have nothing to do with white levels. And that's why it's sad because you have people who make these so-called products that don't even know the history of the product that they're making at all, period. They're just talking for the sake of talking. It has nothing to do with the white levels. If that was the case, a white screen would beat the daylights out of you because it's a white screen. It has everything to do with being able to pick up better contrast and better color. And if that's the case, that's why the gunmetal technology obsoleted you guys a long time ago, because gunmetal screens pull up a heavy contrast and they pull up beautiful color, the reflective surfaces, so they can generate a high enough white level. See how I'm talking in this demonstration, how I'm explaining this to you? They don't tell you this because they don't know what they're talking about, and they can't even back up the theory of it all. Now, as I said before, if the whole purpose of a darker screen was strictly on black levels and color, then how in the world are you going to beat a black screen that pulls a 100% black level? Come on, just basic common sense. And any form site we go to, they can see it's basic common sense. That's the whole purpose of a gray screen. But they go into this whole higher white levels. If that's the case, then a silver screen is more advanced than a gray screen because a silver screen can pull higher white levels than a gray screen. You don't know what you're talking about. It's to make this stuff. Matter of fact, the silver screen you're seeing up there, that's a Digital One crystal screen paint.
Don't PTA meetings at 9.
That's a Digital One crystal screen right there. That's the last one we did before we decided we were going to end it.
What we do and how we do it matters.
Now, Seymour AVs, the Matinee Silver, Seymour AV 1.3, they pull a higher white level than an actual gray screen because it's silver. So before people start selling screen paint, understand what your product was for so you know what it's all about. The whole purpose of a gray screen was basically to have an advancement over a white screen because the white screen was not dark enough to pick up better color and pick up better contrast. That's where the gray screens came in. You guys are mixed up. You don't know what you're talking about. I was making that product years and years, many years back before these two were being heard of on YouTube. So I was around when white screens were just it. And then slowly you start seeing these great products pop up. People doing great screen paints. They're all over YouTube. And then when the gunmetal technology diamond came out, never forget that demonstration, he had the white screen, he took a sample sheet, he moved it around in a circle. Everywhere he moved that screen pulled the blues, the greens, the reds, everything popped up, contrast, color. White levels all popped up when he was moving that surface around. That's what ended your screen paints, a black diamond. And then after black diamond's technology, that gunmetal, then you had every other screen pulling up gunmetals. They were the advanced models. So the whole purpose of the gray screen was to have better contrast and better color. It had nothing to do with white levels at all. So my question is, you know what? Best question of all, where do you get 100% contrast from? Because if you say a gray screen, you're wrong. Silver, you're wrong. Gunmetal, you're wrong. Where do you get 100% contrast level from? Get it from a black screen. That's why when we designed the Absolute Black, man, this right here, you see the damage this is already doing already at 38, at 39, we'll make this stuff look into a white sheet of paper. It'll fade the daylights out of these screens. Ooh, I cannot wait to have this set up. I can't wait. I think I'm going to use my popcorn machine. I don't know what movie I'm going to watch first. I'm just going to set the screen up first. I'm not even anywhere near done in this room, but at least I'll have my screen put in. What am I going to watch off the screen? We get into 38 is beautiful, but I want that 39. Oh, wait a minute. Slow color change out.
Getting that from YouTube.
Now that's another thing too I want to talk about real quick. Ambient light rejection technology. All right, something that no, you're not going to be using in the dedicated theater room, so people can understand the whole purpose of ambient light rejection technology is so your screen can maintain its color at the same time in a fully lit environment without washing out or fading. White screens do not have ambient light rejection technology. I would love one day to pop up on Amazon and see a screen saying it's a white screen with ambient light rejection. No, that's a lie. That's a complete lie. Some people feel that if the screen takes in all this light and you see this fake washed out image, it's acceptable. It's not acceptable. That screen should look the same way as you have lights on, if you have lights off. If you're in a fully lit environment, your screen is not supposed to wash out or fade in any way whatsoever. So I'll show you. This is why we do the color test in fully lit environments. That's why we do it downstairs in the max out zone.
With my new TV level breaker, I really get double cashback.
TV bank, please. What are you doing?
What you see is seeking you.
So this is what we test, not here, but in the max out zone. So the max out zone downstairs, we have an area that has a ton of ambient light down there, and we do a color test. So our screen is going to have to maintain its color, keep it intact while it's being tested against the other screens. Ambient light rejection, your screen may reflect some light, but you have to understand you still have to maintain those colors. If you can't maintain those colors, you're going to fall victim to calibrating your projector. Customers, honestly, at the end of the day, do not want to calibrate. They don't. Majority of people I talk to every day don't want to calibrate. They want to come in, they want to set the screen up, little hassle as possible. They don't want to spend a lot of money for expensive projectors. They don't want to do that. And I can understand, because I don't even want to either. I don't want to calibrate a projector for what? I'm going to sit there and calibrate a machine that I sat there and spent money for it. No, I'm not doing that. So if I don't want to do it, they shouldn't have to do it. And they don't want to spend the money for expensive. Most I spend for a projector is $500 bucks. That's it. I spent $1,500 for a couple projectors, and man, I hated it. I spent $500 for my projector up there. I'm good to go. That's all I need. Because I love when people get on there and they talk about, oh, it has this and oh, that and does this and does that. If you're using any one of these screens, you will never see that option on your projector at all, period. You won't even be to pick it up. And you literally spent money for something you will never see. So customer wants something simple, fast. These are already pre-coated surfaces, so pretty much that's about as simple and as fast as you can get. Screen paint products, 1-coat application, you're done. 30 minutes or less, depending on the size of the screen, you're done. No 4-coat application, no hard and crazy instructions, none of that. Paint it, boom, done. So as you can see, as I said before, even with the certified screens, I do not consider them to be ambient light projection technology, because their colors would still be the maintain. We don't even have much light in here. With 2 lights in here, that's it. Our windows are not even open. At that, consider that. When I had the environment in all white in here, it was a different story. We had a lot of white in here. Everything, the walls were white, the ceilings were white, everything was bright, was generating a lot of light. We had windows open in here. Now we're in an environment that's dark. We have very low light in here. We have 2 lights in that lamp right there. That's all we have in there. And they can't maintain. So imagine downstairs in a max out zone. All right, there we go. Let's see if we got something real quick. Oh, my favorite. LG Jazz demonstration.
Getting that from YouTube.
I like this demonstration. And you know why? Because if the screens can't see color or contrast, they will show it. Most of the time when I see this demonstration, it's done in the dark. A lot of people who do these the products like this particular demonstration because they can fake a contrast level. We can show you where they can't fake a contrast level. Bring their product over here, I don't care who it is at the end of the day, and throw you up against one of these screens and do this demonstration, and you will watch the screen fade out. Every time the screen turns gray, that means it's not seeing color or contrast. When you watch this demonstration, they will use this demonstration on a standalone by itself. So that way you can't see the difference. And they'll stick it in a dark environment. Also, I forgot to add in there, the technology we developed has something called a heightener, which allows the screen to generate high white levels. If the screen was too dark, well, there's no way in the world would be able to overpower these screens. It'd be virtually impossible, wouldn't it? But I don't think we ever have to repeat that ever again. You know why? They didn't place orders. That's why. That's why we have to repeat that ever again. See any reviews on our products? None at all? That's why. You won't see any. Like I said, they're usually excuses by saying, oh, we're never going to order again. You never ordered to begin with. I have no idea what you're talking about with that one, but you can't order anything from us because, again, yeah, we all know. But we'll order from them, no problem. We can get it over here. There's a company called Nox. I think it's N-O-X. I don't even know if they're going to fit in our category. We're looking through their stuff right now. I think they make a gunmetal. I'm not sure. I'm still looking through it. Even a dark gray would be nice. Money for a dedicated theater. I've seen some people have some crazy price tags for the dedicated theater. Just to have your screen look like that. And that's not a home theater projector. That's a venue behind the back of us. That's a venue projector. That projector behind, I had a few people ask me where I bought it from. Good luck on getting one. I honestly would say that. Good luck on getting one. I was very lucky to get one of these babies. But good luck. It's not an easy projector to get. And if I find a venue, I can't even find a venue who sold me mine. I wish I could find them, because he sold me a legit one. But usually ones that I've run into for that projector sold me projectors that didn't work. I had 2 of them to come through that didn't work. Because projector's popular, it's hard to get, and on top of that, they can make a fast couple bucks off of it. So you get a machine here that don't work, gotta go through the hassle, sending it back, getting your money back, all that other nonsense, because somebody decided to try to make a quick $500, $600, $800 off of it. Brand new, they're like $4 grand. So the reason why I like this projector, because its lens shift capabilities is nothing like any of the projectors we have in the house. Lens shift on the projectors we have downstairs have a certain limit. This one over here is a little different. I can actually duck my ceiling fan, if you notice. But hard to get them. Remote controls are even harder to get on them. And you gotta have the remote controls to get access to certain key points in the projector. Lenses and lamps for them, easy to get. Lamps for them are cheap, but very affordable. Pay about $60, $70 for a lamp. And this projector is in eco mode right now. There you go. That's what I said. It really doesn't make a difference. I get it all the time from people saying, well, you know, hey, look, you know, I'm going to be in the dark. So I'm going to leave these up here because I got a demonstration to do. I want to be in the dark. It really doesn't make a difference. It does make a difference. Your screen is still going to wash out on you. It doesn't make a difference if you're in the dark. It's not going to work. Day after day, day after day. I don't want to all Star Wars, so I want to change this up a little bit. I can't wait to finish this one. It's going to be so nice just to come here and watch movies, eat popcorn. Taco's getting his own chair, by the way. Yep. I can't wait to finish this out. I'm telling you something. Designing a dedicated theater room is definitely work at the end of the day. It's not easier than the usual ones I'm used to setting up. It's definitely a learning experience. I can tell you that much right there. If you have any idea what I had to go through to put the frame system in for the setup we have here, and the curtains had to be pushed out a certain degree. Even the fellow who's helping me basically put the deck in, teach me how to put the deck in. The deck has to be a certain height. The floor lift has to be a certain height. Can't be too high, can't be too low, because then you'd be hitting the back of people's heads. Has to be a certain height. Okay, so that's a lot of work. I couldn't imagine people who do the whole, I've seen people rip out walls and stuff doing from the ground up. Good gracious, that's freaking amazing. But yeah, you go through all, it's a lot of work. So you go through all that, do all that just to put a screen there that's gonna look like crap. Your screen is the main part of your dedicated theater room setup. That's the key feature of the whole entire environment. You get that wrong, you just messed the whole entire thing up. That's pretty much what you did.
What makes Febreze automatic clips different? Febreze has steady release technology. Just click, install, and boom! Febreze uses your fan to circulate functions that won't overwhelm or fade for up to 40 days of consistent scent. Febreze.
Getting that from YouTube.
So my blackout call service will be here tomorrow. I can take care of that right away. Install my speakers too. Now I'm gonna do the speakers, because I gotta take the screen apart and do the speakers. So I'm gonna do the speakers on the 10. Well, we gotta get going, people. As I said before, that black screen we're going to be developing, a 150-inch. Well, actually, we're going to be doing more. It's going to be an acoustic setup. So that's going to be acoustic. The Absolute Black is a pre-coated acoustic screen with a super jet black coating. I'm telling you right now, you thought the 38 does damage. Wait till you see that sucker when we set it up. That thing's going to be absolutely gorgeous when we get done with it. And this is going to be available pretty soon. So as you can see right now with the 38, certified gray screen paint, silver paints, they don't match that screen whatsoever. Lights on or off, you can see how superior that technology is. When the Absolute Black comes out, it's going to be breathtaking when we get done with this screen. Of course, like I said, it has to be the best because it's going in my dedicated theater room, so it has to be the best. And we'll show it off. You'll get a chance to see it. All right, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. Thank you all for your time. And as always, we thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for blessing us with amazing technology. Got to go, and God bless.